everybody, it's Mrs. Jaski with another science lesson. So today's science experiment is going to be testing if baking soda can dissolve in water. So if you're doing this experiment at home, you only need a few things. You need a container with a lid on it. It doesn't matter if it's glass or plastic, but maybe find something that your parents will allow you to have. I hope you can get a clear container, because once you make this, you're going to be using it again in another lesson. So make it and save it, because we're going to turn this lesson into a meditation prop later on, not today. So get a clear container. It doesn't matter if it's plastic. It doesn't matter what shape it is. Okay, next you're going to need some baking soda. Now I found this baking soda way back in my baking cupboard, so it's so old it might have some chunks and stuff in it. That's why I got like a skewer that you put a shish kebab on in case I need to pound out the lumps. You're going to need water, so I have a cup of water. You're going to need, I'm just going to use a spoon, and I have a funnel just because this might make a mess for me and to help prevent a mess. You don't really need all that, as long as you have something to scoop out your baking soda with, should be fine. Now, depending on your size of your container, you know that if it was all the way full, that would be a full container. So mentally, picture that. Mentally, picture about halfway full. Okay, about halfway full. Now, take a little bit off that. So think of thirds. If you were to, I think mine is about 6 fingers high. So if I go 2 fingers, and another 2 fingers, another 2 fingers makes me just about full. So at my 2 fingers, this is my container based on my size, okay? So you're gonna try to figure out a third of your container, whatever that looks like, and you're gonna fill a third of it with baking soda. So I'm gonna use my funnel and my spoon to try to make less of a mess. Mr. Janowski's always making all kinds of messes, and just like I thought, mine's pretty old. I'm just gonna poke it through there until it gets about half, or rather a third of the way full. Not quite yet, I need to add more. Maybe I can just, I guess I don't need the funnel after all. Okay, that's about, I'll do 1 more teaspoon. About a third of the way, there we go. Once it's a third of the way full, pretty simple. You are going to add some water. Now what we're going to do, once you add the water and put the lid on it, is we're testing to see if the baking soda will dissolve. Before we do the testing, let's go to the terms. If you can't see this that well, don't worry about it. I will type this up and post this as a attachment, whatever, to this lesson, so you'll be able to pull it back up to see. All right. So our science terms today are a solvent. A solvent is a substance that's able to absorb the properties of a solute or another substance. Okay, it's able to dissolve the other substance so that the solute appears to disappear. So if you have a solvent and you put something else into it and you combine them together, one of those things looks like it's going to disappear. The thing that doesn't look like it's disappearing, that is the solvent. Water is considered a universal solvent because many, many, many things will dissolve in water. Sugar and salt and lots of other things, okay? The solute is the substance that dissolves into, let's say, water, the solvent. So the solute is what looks like it's disappearing. So when you add water and sugar and you shake it up, you don't really see the sugar anymore because the granules of sugar become part of what's in the water, and the combine makes a whole new thing called a solution. So a solution is a mixture of 2 or more substances in which the solute, the thing that disappears, looks like it's disappearing into, or it's really dissolving, it's not totally disappearing, it's dissolving into the solvent, the thing that looks like it didn't change, okay? So why is this important? Well, if you drink water and you just drink water, you're going to be able to tell the difference between water and sugared water, right? If you put 3 tablespoons of sugar in water and drink it, you might not see the sugar, but you can definitely taste the sugar. So in a solution, you might not always know you might not be able to see with your eyes what's all in there, but if you're eating something like, or drinking something like sugar water, you're definitely going to be able to tell that you have water and sugar in there. Okay, insoluble, a substance that cannot dissolve into a solvent. So really our question becomes, because water is the universal solvent, is the baking soda a solute, something that will disappear, something that will dissolve, rather it really doesn't disappear but it dissolves, or is it insoluble? Once your lid is on, shake, 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 shake your groove thing, shake your groove thing. Now notice that doesn't look like water anymore, does it? It looks cloudy, milky white, right? Okay, so, that doesn't happen when we do sugar and water together, does it? Once it's dissolved, it's staying kind of clear, right? So, what is your first guess? Do you think that baking soda is a solute or it's insoluble? Those are the two choices. Now, once you're done shaking it, if you feel like you have it mixed up, set it down. There we go, set it down. And I want you to count your breaths to when it doesn't look milky white anymore. Let's begin, just counting breaths. And inhale and exhale is 1. You don't have to change your breath and slow it down. You can just breathe normally, but just counting the breaths and watching. I'm trying to count my own and talk to you. It's not real easy. Keep watching and counting. See if you notice something changing. It's been about 15 breaths for me so far. I'm noticing something happening. And interestingly, I had about 25 breaths. It looks like I can now again see the difference between the water, which stayed on top, and the baking soda, which is more dense, more heavy, so it sank to the bottom in my jar, which stayed on the bottom. So not only did I see the baking soda not disappearing into the water, it mixed up a little bit, it got milky white, but then when we stopped shaking and we gave it a rest, it settled back down and it never really became something new. They stayed separate. They didn't really merge together. So baking soda therefore is insoluble. Now hold on to these baking soda jars because in a future lesson we're going to use them as a meditation prop. So I hope you enjoyed that lesson today for science and I will see you soon. Thank you guys.